Hi everyone, today I'm going to do a roundup of Make Beauty and everything that I have from them. They're doing a sale until the end of this week for 20% off site-wide, so I figured it was a good time. I've wanted to do sort of a brand roundup of Make Beauty because they're they're just a brand I really enjoy. I have a ton of different products from them, skincare and makeup, so I figured we would kind of do the whole thing and I can give you some swatches of what I do have and just kind of talk through what I like and all of that. So let's go ahead and get started. I have a cat in my lap, so actually I should be talking in my most soothing, calm voice because she gets mad at me when I'm talking when she's in my lap. I have the Micro Ferment Rice Essence, which is an essence, and it has a thin texture, but it's got just like a little bit of viscosity. Of course not. It's got a little bit of viscosity, but not obviously a ton since it... Mina, let me see if I can show you. See, it's not water. It's a little thicker than that. I really enjoyed this product. I'm big on essences overall. It's a big part of like what I like for my skincare because I have dry and easily dehydrated skin. Then I have the Hydrascape Moisturizing Reverse Emulsion. I also really like this. I don't like the cap. I just have to keep off of it because the cap slips off really easily. And so when I go to grab it from the top, I forget every time and end up dropping the bottle. So this is also pretty thin. And the reverse emulsion, normally it is, I think, oil suspended in water, and this is a water suspended in oil. Is that correct? I don't remember. Anyway, it feels thicker than it looks. I don't really know how to describe it better than that. It just goes on feeling really moisturizing, even though it is so thin. I also have the Orbital Balm, which is their eye cream. You can see, like, I've used quite a bit of this, and I like this quite a bit. I usually do use it during the day, and I've kind of meant to put it in my bathroom and swap it out with the thing I'm currently using at night, because this is thicker than what I'm currently using as my night eye cream, but this layers really well under makeup, so I just kind of forget. I'm gonna put on sunscreen. I don't think makes a sunscreen, but either way, I have a lot of sunscreens that I'm trying to use up before they expire right now. This is the ultraviolet sunscreen. It is a hydrating sunscreen, but it is one of my less hydrating sunscreens. I'm using that because the foundation I'm going to use for Make is very dewy, so I don't need a ton more dew. I'm going to let that sink in a little bit and talk to you about the next products and do some swatches. So this is the Diffusion Dew, which is a skin tint, so it's the closest they have to a foundation. I have the shade 02, which is, I believe, is Olive 2. So this is the shade 02. It works for me quite well, especially in the summer, which is good because that's where I'm at right now. I want to swatch the concealers next to that, so I kind of wiped part of it off so I have room. I have two concealers. I have 04 Light W and I have 06 Medium O. The shades were hard to pick out online. I started with 06 and I thought it was a little dark for all the time, and I like this concealer a lot, so I wanted to be able to wear it more. During, actually, probably a sale, I went back and got shade 4, and I'll swatch them, but you'll see why I didn't choose 4 initially. So this is 4, and this is 6, and so this one's peachy, almost pink, really. I just usually don't love this type of a shade for me, but it actually does work really well as a brightening concealer, and this is more of like an all-over, like, skin tone face concealer, and this I would just use under my eyes. And then, yeah, and you can see, I think, I can see it, that this has radiance in it. It's one of those things, kind of like the Makeup by Mario foundation, where you can like see the mica in the bottle. That can be kind of intimidating, and I know that some people don't like the Diffusion Dew because it looks really radiant on them, and that's not their jam. It's my jam, which I've talked about before. So that is something I like. So I have the Skin Mimetic Micro Suede blush. I have 4 of them. This is Celestial Rose. And I like their blushes because I think the undertones are a little unique. So that's Celestial Rose. Next is Amber Glow. This one's less unique, more a very me shade. New Moon. And Vivid Dream. So those are the 4 shades I have of the blush, of the powder blush, because then I do have 2 shades of the Heat Stroke kind of gel cream blushes. This is the shade Scorched right here. Then I have the shade Stimulated. These are heavy swatches. Stimulated is right here. Scorched. And then I also have the bronzer in the shade Aura. So that's Aura. That's Aura. It's a decent bronzer shade for me. I probably could have gone with the lighter one, which I'm learning. I think my sunscreen's sunk in enough. So let's go ahead and do foundation, skin tint. I'm gonna apply with a sponge. Initially, I might go in with a brush if I need to, but just kind of in a sponge mood. So I like to tap on first. Like I said, it's one of those things that a lot of people just have problems with how much glow is in the product. And for me, I think applying it kind of like we talked about with the Charlotte Tilbury stick in my last video, you just don't apply it as thick as I think we can be used to having to apply things. And then I think it just looks really nice because it's a skin tint, so you're not gonna get full coverage out of it. So applying enough to get full coverage is gonna end up amping that mica up too much. It's just kind of understanding like an individual product and what it's intended to do. And I almost think if you treat the skin tint like a glowy primer, mentally, it's gonna work out better for you. That's the skin tint. I think I'm gonna go in with, well, maybe we'll go in with both concealers so you can see them in action. I haven't been using this 06 because I haven't kind of just got into my summer shade, but we'll do 4 right here where I would want the most brightening, and then we'll do 6 everywhere else. So a little bit out here, and then I don't really worry about spot concealing the little blemish spots on my face. I don't know why, I'm not very bothered, but I lost my sponge that fast. Oh. And you can see, I don't mind a brightening concealer, but it's actually not like I more prefer color correction than brightening. And then the concealer, I really, really, really like the concealer. I would definitely recommend it to a much broader audience than the Diffusion Dew, which I think can be, you know, if you're not into a very glowy light coverage base, you're not gonna like it. The concealer is a standout among concealers, I think. I think it wears really well. And I'm not a person that a lot of concealer wears well on, which I've just kind of come to terms with. I have the, what do you call yours? Diffusion Set Translucent Pressed Powder in the shade Light Medium. So I'm gonna go ahead and set. I'm gonna use a small brush first just to get under my eyes. And this is a powder that I really, really enjoy as well, because I think you're seeing it will take down the shine, but it doesn't really look heavy. I'm just gonna very lightly set my cheeks. So I'm gonna use a larger brush for that and just kind of tap. And this is just to help the blush and bronzer blend out better. Bronzer, again, I have the shade Aura. And I'm gonna try really hard to not over apply bronzer, which is something that I struggle with. I think I did a pretty good job of keeping that reined in. For blush, I'm gonna go with this one on top, which I believe is the one called New Moon. Nope, Celestial Rose. So I'm gonna use Celestial Rose. So I hope you can see just kind of how smoothing these powders are. They're just really flattering. And then what I'm going to do, so that you can kind of see both formulas, is go in with Scorched of the Heat Stroke. And I'm going to put that on my hand and then take a brush that I like better for creams and tap in and then just kind of tap over. So the Heat Stroke blushes are a very sheer kind of gel. They're not a stain, and they're a thicker gel than like the milk cooling jelly, whatever. But they are a gel in that you get this glowy translucence from them. And so I really like them layered over the powders, just to give a little bit of that like hydrated look to the cheeks. I don't have any eyebrow products from Make, which is actually one of the things that's like high on my list to try. They have an eyebrow like gel I've heard really good things about. I actually don't know if I've heard a ton about the pencils. I do want to try their brow products. So real quick, I'm just gonna gel my brows so they stay in place a little bit better. This is the Kulfi eyebrow gel. Next up, I don't have, Make has recently released like big pan eyeshadows. I don't own any of those because I don't think that they're for me. Just don't look like they're going to be special enough, and I also just don't need a big pan. They're bigger than like a 26mm pan. I don't need that much of a single eyeshadow unless I think it's like gonna change my life. Anyways, but I do have their eyeshadow sticks, Eye Shaping Stylo, and I have 3 shades. So I have the shade Shore, I have Terrain, which you can't see on my skin at all. That's Terrain and Shore. I don't think I was showing the camera, I think I was showing myself. And then the last shade I have is Meridian. I have medium feelings about these. They blend easily, which is great, but they kind of blend away really fast. I wouldn't equate them to like the Bobbi Brown formula, which I really enjoy. This is the Continuum Waterproof Gel Eyeliner in the shade Halo. Kind of like a taupe with a that leans gray. I'm gonna try to do something with what I have. We're just gonna go for it. Who cares? Not me. I mean, I care, you know what I mean. We can make anything work. Okay, so I'm gonna do Terrain all over the lid, like that. I'm gonna use synthetic brushes about it. Okay, this is a Blend Bunny brush. So you can see Terrain is almost my skin tone. I also think these, generally speaking, pull lighter in person than they do on the website. So I'm not mad at that color, but it's not really, just kind of a blank out shade for me. Oh gosh, I just made my eye itch so bad. I'll use Shore as like a brightening. Meridian out here in my outer corner. I kind of started to hurry through that because my eye just started giving me a ton of issues. You can see it's watering now. Okay, I think there was something in my eye and I think I got it. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the eyeliner. It has a little like eyeliner brush on the back. I think it also has a sharpener, am I remembering? Yeah, and then it also has a sharpener. I'm not gonna do this on camera because I need to get closer to my mirror, sorry. So I did like smudgy eyeliner and I just did a little bit on my waterline so you could kind of see that color. I actually think this eye look came out better than I expected it to. Overall, not really mad about it. I didn't have high hopes. The eye products from Make are not my most favorite. I think the eyeshadow sticks could be better if they had just maybe a little bit more saturation to them. I think because that Meridian is what I have in my outer V, so you can see they blend out really easily, but then they also blend out almost too easily. The eyeliner is an interesting shade. I like it. I would try more of their gel eyeliners. Next, we'll do lipstick. I have two of the, I think these are called the Equilibrium lipsticks, but there's actually nothing on the packaging. And I have two shades. I have Atmospheric and I have Deep Flesh. So that is Atmospheric. And then this is Deep Flesh. I think we're gonna go with Atmospheric today. I also have their lip gels, lip gloss things. I have one in each of the formulas and I love them. And I love them so much that I can't find them, which means they're in purses or drawers or like they're somewhere. I can't find them, but they're lovely. I like both formulas. One is just more pigmented than the other. Excellent. I would get more of those in a heartbeat. I think Atmospheric is a really cool color. It's a neat color. It is a little cool, but it's that like really good balance of cool and warm. I think this is everything. I don't have a mascara from Make either. I've heard good things about their mascara. Would also try that. I'm just kind of not in need of a mascara right now. Here's the thing. I recommend Make Beauty quite a bit. I even have a wish list from Make Beauty right now. There's skincare from them I really, really, really want to try. I want more of the Heat Stroke gel blushes because I like this formula so much. What else? I would take more of these because they have more colors that I'm interested in. I want more of those glosses. And then I want to try brow products and mascara. So like I have a list from Make Beauty. I even could have done like a shop with me. However, because I'm trying to prioritize purchases on like growing my channel, it means that I'm not gonna buy anything from the sale right now. And I say that being like, well, I didn't just say I'm out of my brow pencils, but I shouldn't. There are other things that I'm trying to buy for the channel and for me. Like this is a side. I buy makeup for me, so I'm not at the point in building a channel where I'm buying stuff just for the channel. But as a gremlin who wants everything, I'm trying to pick and choose based on what I think will be good for the channel as well, which is nice because it's actually like the first thing that's ever kind of worked to rein me in. Anyways, so I'm not shopping from the Make sale. However, if you've been interested in the products, I have liked just about everything from them. Like I said, the eyeshadow sticks, they might be exactly what you're looking for. I want something that just has like a little less blendability, I think, so I can get a little bit more color payoff. That's my only gripe with those. I feel like being like, it's a little too blendable is way better than being like, I can't blend it dries too fast. If you are interested in Make, I would take advantage of the sale. They do sales periodically throughout the year. I think you can usually count on them for like about 4 sales a year. Some of them are site-wide, some of them will only be skincare or only be makeup. So that's why this one's kind of nice because it's both. So if you like wanted to try, you know, the reverse emulsion and the concealer, you can get a discount on both at the same time. I hope this was helpful for you if you're interested in the brand. If you've tried any of the things that I still haven't tried, let me know what you think and if they're worth it. I think this turned out well, using only Make products. I love their products, honestly. I'm babbling. I hope this was helpful. I hope it was enjoyable. Let me know if there's stuff that you would like to see on my channel, especially in the blush category, in the complexion, like foundation concealer category. I'm really easing into powders right now, so let me know. Happy to create, happy to give opinions, happy to go get swatches, all those kinds of things. And I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.